I don't actually know how people are holding their cameras, are they? In selfie mode or outward? Anyway, I'm doing a house tour, and I'm not meaning to show off, obviously, because it's going to be like Ori Katerina / hoarding / DIY owned. Anyway, it looks kind of yellow in here, the light globe. There's my hole in the ceiling. You can tell we've had a drought for 5 months because it hasn't leaked once, which is handy, onto the toaster and all. And that's where the chimney leaks and bulges, so that's convenient. We've had a drought for 5 months because that's not super great on the stove. It was annoying. I made a really nice curry, and by the morning with the rain one year, the curry was like a very thin, disgusting gruel. Anyway, they're my amazing tiles I put up myself. They're platinum. And my wobbly first line. Those little ones were on the filthy top of this, like 1970s, very disgusting grout. Those are nice giant, 600 tiles. But to be fair, I ought to have a bit of wood under them, so you can't cut pumpkin on that. They're all my subway tiles. I cut myself, thus the crookedness. But look, there's the drought. That crack swings open and shut, dependent on the, dryness of the soil, I suppose I'm trying to say. So that is the drought showing there in the crack. But if you fill it now, I think then you're propping it open and it's no good. Basically, all the plaster has to come off. Then an expanding kind of concertina steel mesh, which is expensive, somehow sunk into it, then replastered. So it's got the give in it, and underpin it at the front, outside. Anyway, I did all those tiles. Excuse my dishes. It's Venus. Oh yeah, there's my nice little Hoarder sink. Nice. I don't know why the cupboard door fell off. There's some beautiful girls in Chinese girls that seem to be like, I don't know if they really are doing all their own electricianry. But look, this house, these old houses, they have like 1 or 2 power points. So there's a spaghetti-o of leads going everywhere. Obviously, I'm not doing any getting a few eggs. Not doing any electrics myself. So, what am I trying to say? No wonder this house is so hard to... Oh my cobwebs. Oh, there's another crack. This house is very hard to keep clean. Not necessarily am I just a slovenly fool, but is it as big as 50 minivans we're meant to be counting? I think on the width, that's 1, 2, 3, not even counting that. Okay, then what have we got? The bathroom, I did some tiling, but look, I couldn't get finished there, that's annoying. Or along there. The floor's very cute. Because I didn't have the scree right and didn't quite know how to do what in fact scree was, I just did sort of whatever, a plinth on a slight incline for the bath on, tiles. And then off, what was it, Gumtree, some nice old people brought me these wiggly, filthy, wiggly tiles. And it's almost good. There's a damp patch, to be fair. Like a wet spot. A nostalgic wet spot. I suppose I could fill that bit now. Anyway, the bath hasn't been plumbed in yet. You can fill the bath with the handrail though. Well, obviously I haven't been able to cut those special cuts either, which is disappointing. And of course, is that about the fourth doorway the termites have eaten, so that's a bit annoying. One year, with another destroyed doorway, to be fair, I had the door there. My crazy, I suppose, formerly licentious sister in the Children of God had the door propped in there, which was hilarious because, of course, it couldn't fit. Anyway, let's not mention her just yet. Oh, well, just shout out to the girls at Butterflies and Bravery. To be fair, there's the door waiting for a door jam. Now, we'll just have a little look. This is my child's room, but we won't intrude there too much. He's got the little bit he can, as neat as he can. Look, that's his little bit of neatness. Fair play to him. We won't show you his 1,000 wrappers over the side there. And to be fair, that's all the shit I shopaholicked on Temu that he didn't actually want, that we, need to give away now. Because we don't know how to work it. Okay, what have we got? Oh, how many is that? What are we up to? 3, 4, what's this? 5, 6, 7. 7 vans. What's this sort of long haul? That, in length, that's 8 vans. 9 vans. There's some washing one would have liked to do. There's my little mural I did. This room has a possum in the ceiling. Quite a noisy possum. And it's got really bad concrete cancer. And it's got really bad salt. Damn. It's about the 15th layer of that. I've rebuilt the step and that flow about 10 times. Usually you get more millipedes or weeks behind that. There's a giant hole in the wall behind the cupboard. Look at that, that's all leaking, I suppose. It's all collapsed. I rebuilt all of that with silicone at one point. That's a little window that has no glass. It's got its bubble wrap on, which is a bit annoying in the summer, but helps with the noise, but not the heat. What are we up to? 9, 10. Alright, we'll just say 10, 11. This is probably actually 12. I don't know how big those things are. We'll say 11. Now, this is my filthy room. It's so close to the road that the trucks are phenomenal, and everyone does a U-turn just on the other side of that window. So I sort of come in here from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then the possums wake me up in the roof there coming through from the other room. And that is a pretty big roof. I did paint that 25 years ago. That is a very unbecoming, I do realise, colour. That was meant to be the, ochre undercoat for gold. It was like going to be ironic. Because the corrugation, it's normally silver. Mine was going to be gold. But I must have been using someone's ladder. I haven't had a ladder tall enough to get up there for a while. Anyway, this has got, calcimine, which I painted, which, is very dusty. There we go. So it falls all over the bedding. But it's what these old walls need. Mind you, there's a bit of trouble there, but that is a pretty damp corner. Basically, the house has got no footings, and it was built in 1877. So this used to be a, what's the word, funeral parlour. Outside that door, they used to have a little hut where they used to, oh, that's a weird word for it, dress the bodies. And then they would prepare, them here, and then they would show them here in their coffin, I suppose. And then where we go next door, they'll I think they had their little cups and teas and things in there. So I've saved that old wallpaper freeze. I think that was for the funeral parlour. So my calcimine is a bit scorched, of course, on the chimney. And I kind of built that myself. There wasn't anything there. And that was my first ever tiling, which is patchwork. Oh yeah, there's more of those little ones off the kitchen bench. There's a bit of a salt damp hole. Oh, there's a bit of salt damp. Oops. What have we got here? What were we up to? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 or something. Trying to show you